Hey everybody, I am making a quick video for leaders using the building, what we're kind of calling LODs, leaders on duty. If you're using the building, if you're the person opening the building or in charge of a group or in a leadership role, this video is for you, just to kind of get all of us on the same page and set a culture for how we steward this current facility and get us set up for how we'll steward our new facility that's being built right now. Just a couple of quick things. It's a little tour of the Wellspring building. I had sent this out in an email recently, and I will send it out again just as a refresher, but here are LOD procedures for this building. Physically check each door and lock it to make sure it's secure. So we're pretty good at checking this first door, but I just want to mention that this second door gets missed sometimes because people open this door up because it's nice and they want to let some air in, which is great, and then someone closes it, and then it's like, oh my gosh, oh, it's closed, and no one even looks at it, and I find it locked. Also, I just knocked the clock down, so there's some comedic relief for this video. Just walk around and physically check each lock, including this third side door that is often not used. Just physically check it with your hands. Make sure it's locked up tight. And then, of course, close that final door on the way out. The second thing is about food items. Water, ta-da, coffee, half and half, and then food trash. Water, I wouldn't leave this thing out. I would just go dump it next door and leave it with the lid off so it can air dry to prevent any kind of mold or anything from growing in there. Coffee and half are self-explanatory. Get this guy back in the fridge. Give this guy a rinse with good hot water from the tap and let it air dry next to the sink. And garbage. It's great if the garbage is empty, especially if there's food. If there's food in the garbage, please empty it so we don't have any pests, ants, things like that. We definitely don't want any mice. That's just a good thing to do. If it's just some papers in there and it's not full, I would say leave it. And same for the bathroom with paper towels. If there's a few paper towels, who cares? But, you know. The next part of this thing is for musicians. And if you're not a musician or using the stage, you can skip to the end, which says turn off all the lights. And you're done. Musicians, come with me. Please turn off the sound desk, all of it. So you know how to turn it on, hopefully. If not, just ask me, I'll tell you. And you know how to turn it off. And really, this dust cover, believe it or not, is pretty important because once dust builds up in those channels, they tend to go bad. So try to keep that dust cover on at the end. Stage, like this is how I found the stage walking in today, after worship practice. This isn't terrible, right? I would maybe say I would not recommend leaving personal gear here, by the way. I'll give somebody a text about that. But I would say this kind of thing, like if you're getting extra channels out, put them away when you're done. The keyboard's always out. There's always like 2 mics out and a monitor out. But if you're dragging more stuff out, I would recommend that you just put it away. I would recommend not leaving that stuff laying around. And, everyone has a part to play in this. Every group that meets, that uses this space, just wants to do as little work as possible when they come in. So I think that's one way we can really honor each other and try to set a culture of tidiness. Other than that, guys, thank you for all you do as leaders. You guys pour out constantly. You're here early, you're here late, you're doing stuff, you're making these groups happen. It's really good. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video and just build a culture of let's steward what we have. Be sure to pull people into these processes. Don't feel like you have to stay here and clean and do chores. Pull your people in your groups. Grab 1 or 2 people and say, hey, can you help me for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes? Let's get this tidied up. You're probably already doing that, but just to mention, I don't want the burden solely on your shoulders. So thank you again. See you all soon.